All right, so here's when I start to make people upset. Snickers is a D tier. And let's just get everything else out of the way right now. Reese's are a D tier. Let's see, what else? Oh, peanut M&Ms are a D tier. Oh no. Okay, everybody, welcome to my Halloween candy tier list. Real quick, I want to say that this content's just a little bit different from what I normally do. This is longer form, more chill. If you like this, then please like the video and comment and let me know that you want to see more of this. If you've seen my other videos and you like those, then that's great too, but I'd love to start doing content like this alongside of that. Okay, so we could just probably jump right in here. So we have pumpkin candy corn and then just regular candy corn. There's no difference. They're both absolutely terrible. Candy corn, I feel like you could just, if I threw this at somebody, it would probably hospitalize them, and it tastes terrible as well. So that's gonna be a D tier. Jolly Ranchers are pretty good. I think I'd put Jolly Ranchers in A tier. I feel like if you're gonna make a trade with somebody, like if you're making a big trade, like a candy bar, then Jolly Ranchers kind of can supplement a trade. They're tasty, they're good, they're versatile. You can bring them places. It's not best of the best, but if I get a handful of Jolly Ranchers, I'm flying high. Three Musketeers are just kind of mid, honestly. They're fine, like they're tasty, but after a long night of trick-or-treating, that's not the thing I look forward to the most. Let's throw that into B tier. All right, so here's when I start to make people upset. Snickers is a D tier. And let's just get everything else out of the way right now. Reese's are a D tier. Let's see, what else? Oh, peanut M&Ms are a D tier. Oh no. There's probably, Butterfingers, yeah, those are terrible, those suck. Let's see, Payday, who would ever, this is borderline hell tier. Like, this is terrible, terrible stuff. So you might be noticing a bit of a trend with those. I don't like peanuts, I don't like peanut butter. I'm not allergic, but man, do I hate it. And I don't want anything to do with it. And that actually works in my benefit in some ways because I would always be able to trade Reese's Cups for higher tier, in my opinion, candies. So that's great. And Snickers as well. I recognize that Snickers are a fan favorite, but they're just not for me. And they belong in the lowest of low trash tier, in my opinion. So, Baby Ruth, I don't even know what this is. I think this is a peanut offender as well. Let's just throw this in the D tier. But above Payday. Crunch bars are good. They're definitely not, in terms of chocolate bars, they're not the best of the best, but they're pretty solid. I'm teetering between B and A tier. I think I'm going to put them in low A. They're really, really good, but they just don't carry the same punch that some other chocolate bars have that we'll get to later. Dots, who cares really? C tier probably. They're sticky. They don't really taste spectacular. I mean, they're fine, but... Junior Mints, I think, are a little bit underrated. I've heard some people say that Junior Mints are just absolute trash, dog water. I don't think that's true. I mean, they're not great. They're probably a B tier. They're fine. If I get a little box of Junior Mints, I'll down them, but I'm not, like, writing home about them. M&Ms are fantastic, S tier. M&Ms are so good. They're so versatile. They taste great. Getting M&Ms on Halloween is a blessing, and I feel so fortunate whenever I have M&Ms in my candy bag. So, I think that's all I need to say there. Mr. Goodbar, what is this? Is this peanut as well? Why do I feel like there are some things here that I just don't know what they are? Let's just put it in D tier. Is this peanut related? Let me find out. Hold on. Peanuts. Yep. Yeah, that's gonna be a no-go for me. That's D tier, but not the bottom. Gummy bears. Okay, these are probably, I want to say either high B or low A. I'm gonna say low A, but that's like that might be the very bottom of A. Like that might be the baseline for what I would consider a high tier. They're really good. I just don't think they're very rich. They're a little bit sticky. They can get pretty stale. They have some problems, right? Like a good gummy bear is really great in the right situation, but a bad gummy bear can really be a downer. So they have a high ceiling, but they have a low floor as well. I still think that ceiling is high enough to go into A tier, but they don't have that punch. They don't have that pizzazz. Airheads, on the other hand, are what probably gummy bears want to be. There's just like a flavor explosion when you eat Airheads. They're really, really tasty. And these are great bargaining chips as well. Like you can trade Airheads straight up for some really good candy bars if the person you're trading with is maybe not into those candy bars as much. So like me with the Reese's, like I would take a few Airheads for a Reese's. And I think that its trade value definitely works in its favor. And there's just different flavors. They're really fun. They're easy. You could just grab a handful and take them on the go. Airheads are awesome. Definitely S tier worthy. Milk Duds are probably alongside candy corn the only peanut thing that belongs in the D tier so far. These are just like, why would you ever pick Milk Duds? I would pick Milk Duds last out of any chocolate or caramel related candy. They're just like, they're so hard and they stick in your teeth, and they're not even tasty. They're not worth the trouble. So I'm gonna put them in D tier. Sweet Tarts, I don't know. These are so middle of the road. They don't really do anything for me. I'm gonna put these in B tier. I'm not gonna say anything else on those. They're fine. What the hell? What is that? That's like Almond Joy, but something else. What is that? Oh, it's dark chocolate Almond Joy. You know what? I and this is a bit of a spoiler because Almond Joys are coming up, but I love Almond Joys, and dark chocolate is superior to milk chocolate. I will die on that hill, always. So I've never had these, but you know what? Let's just put them in S tier. Why not, right? Now, I mean, let's just rank Almond Joys as well, because Almond Joys are S tier. Okay, so chocolate, coconut, and almond. Almond is vastly superior to peanut, so that is a big plus for me. If a candy bar correctly chooses almond over peanut, then that's a big win. And the coconut and chocolate just mixes together really well. Coconut is underutilized in candy bars, and man, Almond Joys are just fantastic. I think that they don't get enough love, and apparently I didn't know that there was a dark chocolate variant. I'm such a novice. Whoppers are probably the definition of C tier. I've never wanted one. I've never wanted a Whopper. Oh, I put that. Okay, yes. I've never ever wanted a Whopper, just like I've never wanted a Dot. But hey, at least it's not peanut related. Milky Way, man, this could be S. This is like what the Musketeer is missing. That caramel adds so much. It adds so much. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it S. It's not the best candy bar, and we'll get there. Milky Ways are really solid. Three Musketeers are good. I'll accept a Three Musketeer, but they don't have enough to really make me excited. Milky Way fixes that problem with the caramel. The caramel makes a world of difference. Oh, Warheads, okay. These are like a novelty. Like, nobody actually likes these. These are just like, oh, they're super sour. It would be fun if we ate like 6 at a time. These are probably B. They're fun, but I'm not like just popping Warheads one after the other, otherwise I'd pass away. Skittles are good. I have some people in my life, some close friends and confidants that live and die by the Skittle, and I've never really personally been that type of Skittle lover, but they're okay. They probably deserve a bottom of A tier, just because they do what they do so well, and no other kind of fruity bite-sized candy really can match up with the Skittle. So with that in mind, I probably should move it up here. Twizzlers are okay. So one of my hot takes, and you're not going to see it on this list, and this is going to make even more people angry, but black licorice is the superior licorice, and I feel like I'm one of maybe 16 people on the planet who can say that, and every time I tell somebody that, they think that they look at me like I just ran somebody over. I don't know, B tier? I'm starting to lose my mind. Okay, Dum Dums. These are cool. Yeah, no. Dum Dums are good. The flavor variety is really what sells the Dum Dum. And if you go and you knock on a door and you just grab a handful and it's a bunch of Dum Dums, you're not upset about it. I think this is high B, and this is the top of B unless I'm proven otherwise here in a little bit. But I just love the flavor variety, and these are so easy to eat as well. These are a great bargaining chip. Lots of flavors are good, and it's a really good sucker, really good lollipop. Swedish Fish, who cares? This is probably at the bottom of C with the dots because it's pretty much the same thing. They're just like the dots, but the dots are at least colored, and I think they have some flavor variety. The Swedish Fish is just, it is a fish, which is cool, but it's still not that great. Blow Pop. These are better than Dum Dums. Actually, I'm glad I put Dum Dums where I did because the Blow Pop belongs at the bottom of A. I always loved these. They're so satisfying because they taste fantastic, and then once you're done, you have gum. I mean, need I say more than that? York Peppermint Patties, these are pretty middle of the road. I feel like they belong with the Junior Mint because to me they're pretty much the same. They're good, but they're not the real prize. Sour Patch Kids, I've never been a huge Sour Patch Kid guy, actually. I mean, they're fine. I always like the Sour Patch Watermelons better. These are probably somewhere in B, like maybe right here. I think the thing with Sour Patch Kids is I only care for like 2 flavors. I think that red and blue are great. And then the orange and the yellow and the green are like, I'll feed that to my dog. if it doesn't, if that's allowed. Tootsie Rolls are just like vanilla, not like the flavor, but they're just kind of there and they're kind of bland. They're not anything spectacular. Like Airheads are just so flavorful and so colorful. Tootsie Rolls are just like, yeah, I'm a Tootsie Roll. Like I'm here, like I showed up. And thank you for showing up, but you're a little bit too professional for me. So I'm gonna put these I think this is the right spot for Tootsie Roll. Like I feel like the Tootsie Roll for me is a separator between like, oh yeah, I want to eat that. And I think that everything below the Tootsie Roll is like in the B tier, everything below the Tootsie Roll is like, I will eat that. And everything above the Tootsie Roll is like, I'm excited to eat that. Starburst, I think Starbursts are so overrated. Pink is, we all agree that pink is the best flavor. The flavor of pink. Like we can agree on that, right? Because the other ones are, like red's fine, but yellow and orange are trash. Honestly, I think I might put Starburst in C tier. Like the pink flavor is not good enough to save the Starburst. I don't know. I just think the pink doesn't carry enough. The other flavors are just pretty bland. The pink is good, but even then it doesn't keep me coming back. Like Starbursts haven't won me over. Heath bars, these are good. I don't know how many people are gonna agree with me, but I really, really like Heath bars. Do I like them enough to put them in A tier? No, I don't think I do. But I think that they can go right about here. I think they're better than the Three Musketeer, because they have more to offer. The crunch and the chocolate, the toffee, although it's sticky and in your teeth, which I don't love, I just think that there's more variety in the Heath bar as opposed to the Three Musketeer. And they just feel a little bit they just feel a little classy to me, they're a little bit classy. Rolo, right? It's Rolo. R-O-L-O, Rolo. That's how you say that thing. Rolo. These are good. These are like M&Ms, but they're chewy and caramely. Like, they're not as good as M&Ms. M&Ms are elite. But I think that Rolo belongs in the A tier. And I think I could put it around bottom of A. They're just good. I mean, chocolate and caramel, it's nice and soft and chewy. It doesn't get stuck in your teeth. They're easy to eat. I mean, it's a good, solid A tier. These are S. I think the 100 gram bars are S. And I thought, when I was a kid, I thought that if I ate one of these, that I would get 100 grand in US dollars. I thought that was for me when I ate these. I didn't. But man, these are good. It's just like, I just keep thinking of the Three Musketeer as like the baseline for a chocolate bar. The 100 grand bar does so much more than the Three Musketeer. That it's crispy, it's crunchy, it's chewy, you got the caramel, you got the chocolate, like all of those things come together to make an S tier candy bar. Like the 100 grand is really, really fantastic. And then here we go. We made it. Everyone, I know you've been waiting. The Kit Kat is S tier, the king. It will never, ever be dethroned, the Kit Kat. The wafer is phenomenal. You can break it off and you can share it, but you don't, because the Kit Kat is the best chocolate candy bar. There will be no comparison to the Kit Kat. The chocolate's great. The wafer is great. It's the perfect chocolate candy bar, and I will not take any other opinion. Crackle, isn't this just like Canadian Crunch Bar? Is that what that is? I'm sorry, I don't know what the Crackle Bar is. Let me go find out. Is this not just a Crunch Bar? Is it not this? Is it not that? I guess I'll put it next to the Crunch Bar, but I feel like I want to put it lower because it's an imposter. If it's just a crunchy chocolate bar, then that's middle of A tier to me. Twix bar, I like Twix. I think that they get a little bit too much praise. And I know that I've said I think that chocolate bars, you just need a little bit of added element to it to make it good, and the Twix has that. But I don't know, something about the Twix, it's just a little dry and a little flaky to me. I don't know if anybody else agrees with that. I think that the candy bars in S are very rich and they have a lot going on. The Twix just has a lot going on. It doesn't feel very rich to me. It feels kind of hollow. I might put it at top of B actually, because I like it, but I don't love it. And then the Hershey bar, I mean, this is fine. This is probably a B tier. It's great on a s'more. If you're thinking of a s'more first thing when you think of the Hershey bar, then that says more about its application rather than the bar itself. So this is probably going to be middle of B. Like, I'm not upset when I get a Hershey bar. Okay, so this is my list. I'm sure I offended somebody, but I just have the things that I like, and if you like peanuts or peanut butter, then that's great. More power to you. I hate it. I hate it all, and I want it far away. So maybe if you see me, then we can do a little trade. If you have a Kit Kat and I have a Reese's, maybe we can do a little swap. Again, if you like sort of looser, longer form content like this from my channel, please let me know. I'd love to make it for you. It's really fun, and it's really simple, and it's really easy. And happy Halloween, everybody. If you're watching this in October, then happy Halloween, and if not, then let the countdown begin. Am I right?